Oh, Betty.
Great. Come on, let's go. Put that thing down in your danger.
Casablanca.
Act one, scene one. Frank coming out of house. Frank's skipping downstairs. It's another day in the neighborhood. Allison!
You want to walk up?
I need attention.
Judge Hartley House.
I was just saying that the cat belongs to Mary Alexander, and the reason she can't take him with her is because the place where she lives doesn't allow animals. So she drives out here every day and feeds the cat. Now that grapefruit tree right there, the one by the porch, has been there ever since I can remember. I've got a picture taken right by the steps there under that grapefruit tree with my dog when I was, I guess, probably 2 or 3 years old. On this east side, it's not been changed. This was Uncle Orion's bedroom here, and this was Grandma and Grandpa's bedroom. And Grandma had over here in the bay window area, she had her sewing machine here where she had good light for sewing. A big fireplace here.
There's no closets.
And no closets. They had a big cedar robe.
Okay.
That's where most of the houses were. They didn't have closets. Now, the dresser, Grandma's dresser was right here. And we have that. It's over at Benny's house.
Okay.
So when the museum opens up, we're going to donate that. It's a beautiful piece of furniture.
All right.
And we were curious about a lot of things. See, they've taken the door off here. And we were wondering if these door casings were still the same as they were. And Benny looked at it and he said, yes, they are. He said, there's 2 little screw holes right here. He said, Grandma was having trouble with the door popping open, so I put a little latch for her up there. The screw holes are still there.
Oh, listen to that. That's cool.
Now, this is a double fireplace. And this is the living room here. They call it the parlor. That's what I put on the drawing. And the picture I have of Grandma and Grandpa on their 50th wedding anniversary is standing right here.
Do you really? You'll have to put that in this room, don't you think? If it's at the museum?
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of pictures and things we can put up. The sofa, they had a sofa that opened up into a sofa bed over here. And I can remember sleeping on that a lot because when we had a hurricane, we would always come up and stay with Grandpa and Grandma in the big house because nothing is going to blow this house down. And that was always a big thrill for me to come up here and
stay.
stay
Now,
overnight at Grandpa and Grandma's.
these floors, are they painted black or is this the color of the wood?
No, these have been stained and varnished, actually, when they lived here, they were stained. In fact, I think this may be the original stain. In this room, they were stained. What I'm gonna suggest when they restore the place is that they take all the carpets up throughout the house or sand these floors and refinish them.
Oh, that would look beautiful, Freddie. It would look gorgeous, just gorgeous.
And they put this paneling on that was not here, that was all stuck around. You can see the original height of the ceiling up here.
Oh, all right.
And now that's all plaster. And you see upstairs how it's plastered on wood lath.
Gotcha. So they put this little drop ceiling in.
And this is, this hall, both walls of the hall are reinforced concrete.
Wow, no wonder this house isn't gonna blow down. My. That's a nice front door too.
Now, when Grandpa and Grandma lived here, this was just screened, both ends. And in the winter, this hall was sun cold. And the only warm places you could go were in by the fireplaces or in the kitchen where they had a wood cook stove, a wood range. Now this room here was Aunt Lucy's bedroom, and I was born in this room. Because when, I forget where Dad and Ma were living, but they lived in a little place. And so when Mother got ready to have the baby, they brought her up to the big house. And I was born in this room.
Well, that is something. There you go.
Now, this closet was not here. This has been added. What it was, this went right to the corner. And back in here, there was a closet. Now, they've moved the stairs. I'll have to show you. These stairs now come up here. The old stairs came up over here, to the landing here, and then you'll see it when you go upstairs, how they come around. But this was called the closet. It had heavy drapes hanging at each end. You can see over in the dining room, or what was the dining room. But we used to, go in through there. That was the passageway.
Oh,
You
neat.
could go there.
Okay.
This was a neat house to be
Yeah,
a
it
kid
does.
in,
The big hallway kind of,
This
just reminds
hallway
you
is,
of.
about 7 feet wide. Now, the thing that's really been destroyed is a massive dining room they had. They had modified that. And what they've done is they have a laundry here, and a bath here. None of this was here.
All right.
And,
So they took away the dining room completely?
pardon?
Is the dining room completely gone?
No, it's still some of it, but it was big. Both of these doors open into the dining room. Are you coming, Greg? They put a kitchen here, which wasn't before, and another bath back here. Now, if we were going to restore the house, all of this, both baths would have to come out. Now, the dining room started here, and it went back past this second door. The second door here was the entrance, the other entrance into the closet. They had the curtains here. Then, back here, this wall back here where the bathtub is, that's where the stair from the dining room, at the end of the dining room was the stair, and the stair came up here, like this. Then, you can see there, it went up over here. You'll see upstairs how that was.
Okay.
And so you can get an idea of the size of the dining room was basically
Big.
from that wall.
So did everybody come here for meals then, right? Holidays?
I believe the table could seat 12. Oh yes, we've had many
Parties.
excellent meals. And this was the wall. Now, this was the end of the dining room here. Their icebox, not refrigerator, their icebox was right there where that one is. And right here, Grandma had her safe. That's a food safe with screen doors. And that's disappeared. Now, we have one that belonged to Mom.
Was it like a pantry, is that what you're saying?
Pardon?
Food safe. It's a food safe.
It's like a big cabinet. It's a piece of furniture. It has screen doors, and you keep your food in there.
Your pantry, it's kind of like a pantry.
Well, we've got a pantry back here for the canned goods and things like that, but stuff that she would have, like bread and stuff like that,
Okay, I
she'd
see
keep
what
in
you're
there. And they always had a cow, and they always had big pans of milk. She'd let the milk clabber and skim the cream off, and she had a churn, and she made butter.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, that's
The big
great.
pans of
What happened to the
milk.
churn? I wonder what the churn is.
It was a little glass one, like so, with the wooden paddles. I've done that many times. And now this, the previous owner made this into a shop, but this was the kitchen. And they've taken out a whole wall. And this door goes to the back porch, and it's always been there. But right here, where this property is, there was a door here. There was a wall that went around here and cut back into the wall here. And this was her pantry in here. It had shelves on 3 sides here. And she kept all her canned goods and things in there. The door here led down to the cellar. I'll show you the
All
cellar.
right.
There's steps down to the cellar here. Grandma's work table, she had a table here. This door here was supposed to open onto a back porch. They boarded up the door. There's a standard door here like this one. They opened onto the back, supposedly back porch, they never built the back porch. So in my plans, I'm showing the back porch, so it should be. But what they used it for, they had a big, see this flue, they had a brick flue, and you'll see it down in the basement, they removed it. But this brick flue came up here, it's about here. And Grandma had a big wood range here that she cooked on. And it had the warming closets up above, you know. And Grandpa would bring the wood up from the ladder factory, because he had all kinds of scrap wood down there all the time. He'd bring that up, and they'd open this door, and he'd pile the wood in here. And then Grandma would have that when she cooked on the wood stove. And her work table was over here. I had to check with Mom, this, she had just one shelf up above it. She'd do here and make her biscuits and whatever. She'd work here and do that.
Well, she was a great cook.
She was a great cook. She taught Mother. Mother's a very good cook. Now, so that's kind of the way it was in the kitchen. The icebox I had was smaller than this. I used to have a big chair here, a big wooden chair. And I used to come over every day of the world and sit here and look who's in here. Allison. Would you mind going outside? Yeah, the other cat's out here. We're going to have a territorial fight.
Might be a little frightening. Oh, really? That's what it is, Frank. It's territorial fight, yeah.
Where's Allison?
Right here.
Allison, what are you doing? She'll get some lost in this house and we'll never get her out. Come here, Allison. Come here. Come here, kitty. Come here. Come here. Now, don't get all upset.
Oh, kitty, 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 kitty.
You shouldn't be up here. Here in this house, and I'll never find it. Okay, now, let's go upstairs. This upstairs was never finished. And these stairs are new stairs that were not there. Now, you can see how the original stairs came up. They came up from the end of the dining room, which is this wall,
You need to get up here. So you
right
can
up
show.
here.
Okay.
And the landing was here, and they went up over here. You see where they
Mm-hmm. Darn. You know, this would be quite magnificent if it was finished off, huh?
Oh, it'd be beautiful. Very elegant design, I think. And more respect for it than ever since I've been working on it. Now, the previous owners who installed air conditioning decided never to use this up here, so they put the air conditioning equipment here. And I was down here with Ken Ford, who was head of Heritage Park here in the county. And I told Ken, I said, you know, if we're going to restore the house, it would be very simple to move that air conditioning unit up there. You can bring your ductwork down. See, you've got all kinds of room. And these were originally for closets or storage area. 4 of them on each area here. You could come in here with your ductwork down through there and reach all of your bottom rooms. And you could, of course, reach top rooms up above here. So you could redesign this and have the whole air conditioning system up above here, which is what I hope they'll do. They've already had an air conditioning contractor in looking at it.
That's
So
the narrow window over there, isn't it?
that's the narrow window.
What happened with the idea of doing some grants and maybe some in-kind services, like the air conditioning can do this as historical contribution or something?
Well, once they get the museum established, they'll be able to go in for museum grants. What's your step here? This is rather treacherous. These are the 2 bedrooms here. And they really, Ma said they really didn't need another bedroom, so they were going to make this room. She said they talked about different things for it. I ended up calling it a rumpus room on the plans, where you could just have, you know, storage, or you could have like a game room or something like that. And then she said, I asked her about this area here, because see, when the stairs come up here, and this would all be floored back here, and all the way back to there, around here, and back here, all is open. I said, what'd you plan to do with all that open area? He said, well, we thought about having some sitting, you know, some chairs, and have it kind of like all those sitting areas around here. And then the entrances to the 2 bedrooms here. And like I said, I think that what they planned was, you notice these studs are wider here. I think they planned doors into these 4 areas for attic type storage, which would be, you know, wonderful storage for wonderful space. I mean, you can floor that and store a lot in there. Now, if the Historical Society gets this renovated, we can put their offices up here. They can have a museum downstairs. There's the brick flue going up over there from the double fireplace. And they have cut it off. It's supposed to go right on up into the air, out on through the roof. And instead, somebody put a gas heater in there. You can see the pipe. And they've got a old metal pipe sticking through the roof. Well, if it's restored, that flue has to be up through the roof.
What is that apparatus right there, that middle pipe gizmo?
It's electrical conduit.
Oh,
That was part, these wires going here, that's part of the original electrical wiring that was put in the house, although they didn't have electricity here. Now, the reason that it's here is because Grandpa bought a Delco, what they call a Delco system, which runs with its own generator. But like everything else, just about that Grandpa got into, he had great ambition, but it seldom came through the total completion, as you can see.
yeah.
And the Delco unit was never operational. I think it just sat there and rusted away or something, but they never did have the Delco system work. All the time I was growing up, kerosene lamps. We did in the parlor for special occasions. They had a special lamp. What did they call it? It was a gas lamp. You would pump it up, And then it had
Coleman?
It had this little very light, what they call filament or whatever.
It was like a Coleman lantern. You pump it up, and it has a little gas tank, and it has 2 little gas bags down below it, and the gas bags light up. It's a
Well,
Coleman
this thing
lantern.
would light up through this filter, or whatever it was. It would produce a very white light. It was very pretty. And then they'd have something in that had a great big glass shade in it. You know, and every time we'd have something in the parlor at night, it would light up. I get the feeling that that was called a lightning light. I'm not sure.
When it was a nice luminous.
It had a nice white light.
Well, it seemed like it was a very warm, friendly house. It doesn't, a lot of good memories from here.
I was telling my brother, I said, you know, this house doesn't bore on me. And I felt it very much as a child. And ever since I've been working, I feel the same thing.
Yes.
What do we? Okay, take it away, Frank.
Well, I might say that in this hall here, they had along here, and I think along here too, they had some trunks. And they kept stuff stored in those trunks. The hall was plenty wide where you could do that. And I can remember one of the trunks, the Hartley children, my mother included, their dolls were in there. And I used to get a big kick out of looking and seeing these old-fashioned
Yeah.
dolls.
And what happened to those, I wonder?
I don't know what happened when the house was gone out of the family hands, and they managed to salvage some things out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And Philip, Big Phil, he has a few things. And most of it, I guess, a lot of it they just left here and other people disposed of it.
Yeah.
Like Grandpa and Grandma's bed, which matched the big dresser that we had, was left upstairs, and it's disappeared now. So somebody probably sold it as an antique.
Probably so.
I can remember in here, Aunt Lucy's had a dresser here, and one of the drawers, she was a school teacher before she got married. And the kids would, every Valentine's Day, they would bring her Valentines. And so she had a whole drawer full of Valentines. And I used to like to go in there and go through those Valentines.
Valentine's, yeah.
So. And I have a lot of pleasant memories of this big fireplace in the master bedroom. We built a fire in here much more often than in the living room. And Grandpa had easy chairs around in front of the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember many times, when I was very small, sitting on Grandpa's lap. There. And having him go through some of his big books with me. He had books. He had gone to the World's Fair in St. Louis, I believe, which was way back. Was that the movie, the Judy Garland movie, you remember, where she went to where they did the trolley song? Remember that?
Meet me in St. Louis.
Meet Me in St. Louis. I'm not sure, but I think that was the fair that Grandpa went to. And he had a big book of pictures from the fair. He used to sit there and go through those with me. He had other big books too, picture books. He collected all. He had a huge bookcase. Yeah, the closet was here. And then the stairs came up over there. And then it went up here.
Ready and action.
Well, now this front yard, the steps road is just two lanes. Well, paved and the yard never had a lot of grass. It's just one second. We did have one of those down in the other part of the property. This one was been put in here.
Now, is this tree still alive? This one right here, Frank?
This tree is alive. It will shortly bloom. It's a jacaranda. It has the most beautiful white lavender blooms. It will be totally covered.
And that
Lavender
was all
blooms.
the
No. Aunt Lucy bought that jacaranda plant in an old pot out at Crowley Church in a rummage sale. She brought it home and set it out.
And look at it.
People really, it's very attractive when you get to view. I had a good friend down at the Kirk who's died since, Bill Zink. Bill Zink was fascinated with this house. He was a former vice president of international operations at Triple M. He was fascinated with this house. He could drive out, he drove out just to take a picture of the house. Thing that it's in full bloom at the old house. I have some pretty slides of that. We're going to have a work. The Historical Society is going to have a something out of here. Is the back door locked? Yeah.
Go.
Start the garage, the old garage is set right about here where the road is. And the pathway in to the house, to the back of the house. You see that palm tree down there by the road? Just the other side of that, the road turned in. It wound around and came up to the house, to the back of the house. Then over here into the old garage was set like this. The ladder factory was down just the other side of those camphor trees. But you can still see not through the block down there with the engine set up. Then the well, of course, is still there. That's where you can just, that's where we got all the water. Go off from the well. The big bucket around it. That's a guava bush there. The cold looked like killed it back some, but it'll probably come back. Grandpa's whole place was covered with guava bushes. They had all kinds of guavas. They had white and salmon colored and red guavas. And Grandma made guava jelly.
Ooh, that's good too.
She used to sell it. She would sell guava jelly to Coachman packing people. They had a gift shop, and she sold homemade guava jelly to them.
That guava inside those pastries is so good too. That guava jelly. She was a hard-working woman, wasn't she?
She don't know it what she was.
Showtime.
What a character.
I know. She knows the camera's here, so she's going to be a ham.
I mean, she's a big show-off. Benny and I stand out here talking, and she's the fun. We're up in this they say, if you treat the dog, you treat a dog well, the dog thinks the man is the dog. If you treat a cat well, the cat thinks I'm the dog.
That's good. Did you hear that? That was good.
I think that's where you're supposed to stop and pet her when she
I
does
never
that.
noticed that pond in there.
Yeah, we got a lot of them.
Well, come on. We're leaving you. No one pet you.
I was surprised to see your car. Take it over.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I'm
Which
sure
is
it
Greg
does.
and I. It's perfect. Look up around.
The pet cemetery. You're gonna have to repaint the tombstones. There's Fonzie, our cat, the pup, and Katie.